Everyone needs their news. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you're interested in, you need to know what's going on in the world. And on the internet, the world of news is more prevalent than ever. Every community has their own dedicated news pages, whether it be official or not. That includes Roblox. Yes. Due to the massive scale of Roblox, there are so many corners of the community to cover. So it's always good to have a middle ground for everyone to rely on to connect the many worlds of Roblox together. Across various social media platforms, different individuals from the community came together to create all sorts of accounts that bring the fastest and most reliable news Roblox has to offer. But behind the scenes, the operation is bigger than you think. It's not easy to provide news to hundreds of thousands of followers 24/7, and it definitely isn't for everyone. I'm your anchor, Pixel Pug, and I invite you to join me as we discuss Roblox news. News travels fast and can be delivered in a multitude of ways. So to make things easier, we first got to break down the types of news accounts. To start, you need a platform to spread the word. Of course, you have your YouTube commentary channels and Instagram meme pages, but there's arguably one platform where news is more prevalent than any other site, and is what we'll be primarily focusing on today. That would be X, formerly known as Twitter, which is what I'll be calling it throughout this news bulletin because that's what most people call it. Anyways, it makes the most sense. Of course, Twitter is one of the most popular text-based posting sites, as others such as YouTube and Instagram are always accompanied by a picture or video, excluding any side features. So naturally, the platform serves as the best place for people to share their thoughts and opinions, and most importantly, news. Now there is Facebook, but come on. The Roblox community is very active on Twitter, so when anything of relevance happens in that space, it usually breaks pretty fast and everyone gets their say on it. Due to how Twitter works, a popularly agreed on opinion or straight news break can often just be posted by random people and be picked up by the algorithm, becoming that one tweet that everyone refers to when talking about said breaking news. These people, who make a few banger tweets, may often start to dedicate their accounts to that by just often posting either opinionated or unbiased coverage on current events in the Roblox community, which may then gain quite a decent following. But of course, these accounts are still seen as a person or public figure, and may post other things relating to updates or interests regarding said person. This isn't necessarily a news account, more or less just an influencer. You may also see more Roblox celebrities such as YouTubers, admins, or developers who carry their followings from other platforms onto Twitter, who then also share their feelings on updates or breaking news. Again though, these are people, groups, or brands, not news accounts. But look, of course these accounts aren't strictly put under a label, and the definition of a news account can be heavily adjusted to whatever you feel fits. I'm just giving a basic definition so we're all on the same page for the sake of this video. Either way, for the everyday Roblox player, it can be a bit confusing or overwhelming on where to find a solid source of news. A few people in the community recognized this issue and made their own dedicated news accounts that strictly posted Roblox news. These are the Roblox news accounts we're talking about. Pet Simulator is one of the biggest and most popular games on the platform, amassing nearly 10 billion total visits across all the games and consistently having hundreds of thousands of players visiting at a time. So you may be wondering, what the hell does this have to do with anything we're talking about? Well, did you seem to notice that there have been more separate Roblox accounts? Roblox players that have joined Pet Simulator X than there are people on the planet? Well, it shouldn't surprise you that when a game gets this big, it becomes a whole separate thing from Roblox and forms its own community. And again, as I said, every community needs their dedicated news account. This is the case for pretty much any part of Roblox that has its own dedicated following. From major games on the platform, to Roblox events, to the world of limiteds and trading, you will have players who create accounts that bring the latest and greatest info from their beloved communities. But there are a few of these accounts that take on a task like no other. A few Roblox players who run these massive operations that deliver high quality and fast, reliable Roblox news. I'm talking about the big Roblox news accounts that everyone active in the community has heard of. Accounts that cover any big story and are an essential part of keeping the community together. Who are behind these accounts? What are their stories? And how do they manage to pull it off?
Hey there, my name's Blox, and I've been on the Roblox platform for just over about 12 years now. I originally found out about Roblox at a summer camp back in 2012, and I've been an avid player and user ever since. For those who may not have heard of me before, I am the sole owner, founder, and manager of Bloxy News. Bloxy News is a one-stop destination for Roblox users, developers, and creators alike to gather the latest intel on Roblox updates, announcements, and events that occur each and every day. It's actually grown to be one of the largest Roblox news accounts, with a combined following of over 1 million people across multiple social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I tend to post a variety of content, including simple news tweets, in-depth blog posts covering big stories, and even short and long-form videos that showcase new Roblox features or highlight major platform events. The origin of Bloxy News actually goes way back to 2017, when Roblox was hosting one of their annual sales, the Memorial Day sale. Some of the Roblox OGs out there may know about the major sales that occurred on the catalog during each of the major holidays like Memorial Day, President's Day, Black Friday, etc. One day I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw all of the hype around these new avatar items that were releasing. And just seeing people's predictions as to whether like an item would go limited or when the next item would release on the catalog just got me really hyped as well. And as I was scrolling, I didn't really see anyone that was consistently posting when, say, like a new limited item released. So it got me thinking, what if I was that someone? What if I could be that one-stop place for people to go to and stay updated on whatever's happening on Roblox? And so, Bloxy News was born. Now, I originally posted about both Roblox platform news and community news, including all of like the drama that occurred around the community. The first YouTube video I actually ever uploaded covered the YouTuber Dennis's free Robux survey site called Growbucks. I don't know if some of you may remember that, and the mass outrage that occurred from it. As time went on, I went to realize that most Roblox drama is pretty unnecessary, and I decided to stick just strictly to covering news revolving around the platform itself, rather than the community and drama side of things. Now, some people may not know this, but Bloxy News is actually just a one-man job, solely run by me, Blox. It has always been this way ever since the account began, and I plan to keep it this way for as long as I enjoy running it. I've always felt that if I'm the only one posting, making decisions, making the graphics, etc., the account could be as professional and up to the standards that I want it to be. I think having an account like Bloxy News is essential because it's important for the Roblox community to be informed on what's happening, because new changes or updates made could have an impact on how they play or create on the platform. Some people don't always also consistently check sources like the developer forum for announcements, or even look at changes made to parts of the Roblox website or app. You'd actually be surprised to how many people get giddy over minuscule, tiny little changes made to like a corner being rounded, or a new button being added to the website. Oh, and don't even get me started on when Roblox goes down. People go absolutely nuts over that. Fun fact, I actually usually gain the most following when Roblox has an outage, which is kind of crazy. Bloxy News can also serve as kind of like a central hub for people to discuss these updates, announcements, and events by just using the replies or comment section even, and just generating a general discussion.
Bloxy News continues to dominate the Roblox news scene, remaining #1 on all platforms. But on Twitter, as I've said before, Bloxy News is most certainly not alone, and there is a news account for everything. While Bloxy News is mainly a news page and is a place for the community to come together and interact, on the other side of things, there's a news account that quite literally is the community. They call themselves the Roblox Twitter community, also known as RTC.
Hello, my name is David. Most people either know me as Zask or don't know me at all. I've created the Roblox RTC account solely on October 27th, 2018.
Hey up, I'm Molecule. I'm a Roblox game developer and university student technically. I also happen to be the co-owner of the RTC account and run it alongside Sasek and our fantastic team.
RTC stands for the Roblox Twitter community, and just as its name implies, is intended for us to be an account that is dedicated for the community because, after all, we are built by the community. As of recording, we have over 875,000 followers. The type of content we post, and this will be shocking, so buckle your seatbelt, is Roblox. But in all seriousness though, we post content that we would believe would be in the greatest interest to the community and people who would be stumbling across our tweets in any sense. The Roblox RTC account was created on October 27th, 2018. Now, I can't say my younger self had a clear idea of the reach this account would manage to obtain, but I simply just wished to have some fun, being a mysterious account back then that nobody knew who owned, and just being a positive figure within the community. I would inform people of news, even then ongoing giveaways within the community, and of course, some drama that happened. This was all exciting, and hell, I would say it still is. But then and now, the primary focus was and always shall be the community. To be a part of the community and to be interactive with the community. I can't say you grow fast. You really don't. I'd say it's a mixture of luck and consistency. The account is almost 6 years old. That is an average of 145,000 followers a year. Yet, it took me an entire year to just get 1,000. It takes a while for the foundation to be laid, then explosive growth to potentially follow. But whether the account was small or not, I was content with it. As to me, and to this day, I think what matters for an account, the direction, and what you do, the idea of it, that's what truly counts. Now, just to be as brief as possible, after I let people figure out who this mysterious figure behind this account was, I felt that I had my fun. Around or not too long after this point, I transferred my position of direct management and handling the account to mostly an overseer. I handled most of the major issues if things were to arise, but the drawback was my account. Whoever was posting, their direction was being laid, not mine, and things would often steer off course. Without that continuous assistance, it led to some malpractices being committed, most prominently, not entirely fleshed out reporting, and some speculations, they were stated as fact rather than what they were, speculation. And this led to some controversies around us. I grappled with this by asking, what does it mean to be a community account? And we all came to a consensus that reporting on drama, that was vital in it. Reporting on such drama led us to be known as a drama account. Some cases were handled great. Others, well, they most definitely needed work. What should my role be in this account? It was my first account after all. There was a lot that I did know from experience and much that I didn't know from inexperience. While I was overseeing, I looked to get more involved. I felt that was my calling. I helped write rules, put in more standards, and we started to be viewed a little bit more favorably. And we even got to the point where we were put on national television. Around this time, and perhaps the most significant, no, better put, the true turning point of the account was a message from my close friend Mulligal. On his drunken barrage of unsolicited enlightenment, he had messaged many of his close friends' critiques, and I so happened to be on his hit list. He messaged me asking,
With the influence and power you hold, what good have you done with your platform? The RTC account is huge. Many would kill for what you have. I'm unsure if you're grateful or appreciative for what you have. There is much you can do with the account, yet you haven't. Why?
when I woke up and he was sober. We conversed. To his surprise, he wasn't met with remarks of me calling him a jealous rat, but an invitation to talk things over. We talked about ideas, what we could be doing, but what we aren't doing. As he brought up the account size, I mentioned that yes, I want to help platform and promote creators in the community, and even further than we already had. And yes, I'm appreciative for the account, but that yes, there was a lot more that I could be doing. And on that day, October 29th, 2021, Willigel joined as a staff member, and he'd eventually become my right-hand man in 2023. From the reorganization efforts, from our new goals, we can proudly say that instead of constantly apologizing for errors amongst our team or in our reporting, we forged and renewed continuously an era of trust and consistency. Instead of posting drama, we've platformed talented members of the community. Instead of our focus on us, it became about you, a valued member of the community. We had not gotten into drama ever since July 2022. And yes, it is true that there's always more to be done. However, this was just a start. We rebuilt our reputation alongside the community. And instead of mostly accurate, we are seen as accurate as they come. For every post, we have great deliberations, ensuring that all the information necessary is fleshed out and accurate. And it isn't overloading our readers, but it doesn't leave them with a lack of information either. There were people I knew who had a well-known vendetta against us. Now, at worst, they tolerate us. At best, they love our account. Yes, we've had ups, and yes, we've had downs. I'm one of the very few people who can speak on this. 2023 has been one of our very best years. No, the best year for now. I've originally said that 2024 will be better, and in every single way, it has been. It's been both an honor and a privilege to serve and help direct this account as much as I had. And I think that's just a general summary of this account's history.
Now, of course, running this account by myself isn't easy and can come with some struggles.
In this next segment, I'll be discussing a few controversies, which I never do on this channel. I just want to preface this part by saying I am not trying to start drama, and only using these incidences as examples that a news account is seen more by the community than just a news account, and running one isn't for everyone. All the accounts mentioned will be censored, and I do not condone any hate sent towards these people. This is just for educational purposes only. With that being said, even though they aren't in any way official, these accounts have a standard to uphold. They are looked up to by millions in the community, and maintaining integrity is of the most importance. Now, again, there are a lot of people who take a shot at running a news account, but there is seriously such a level of maturity and respect that goes into pulling off such a task. And of course, there are examples of people running an account like this not understanding that. One such account has been notorious for getting into hot water for consistently making bad decisions under this digital presence that is supposed to unite the community and appeal to the masses. But instead, it seems that this news account does quite the opposite. The response from the community only shows that this account isn't doing it for the community, and even if this isn't their goal, it still puts a bad name on the self-proclaimed title, and will take some learning, understanding, and development on their end to truly come to par with an account that the community looks up to. Hell, even the accounts we talk about today didn't gain the respect they did without some trial and error.
Now, of course, not everyone's perfect and can make mistakes or get things wrong. There have, of course, been a few occasions where I got something wrong or posted something that wasn't real. On the rare occasion in which that does happen, I do make sure to clarify that I was wrong and do everything in my power to ensure it doesn't happen again, and verify that everything is credible before posting about it. When I do make a news post or upload a video, I always try to be as concise as possible, but also try to provide as many details as I can about the topic or the event at hand, so anyone in the Roblox community, creator or user alike, has a good understanding of what's being covered, even if they might not have much knowledge or understanding of it.
As I mentioned before, the account has an interesting position, and it also has its own unique challenges. The reality is that if we rush things, it could end badly. If we release a story or something without all of the possible evidence or information, it ends really badly, because there's also some kind of responsibility that comes with it. We can't just say everything and anything because of the size we have.
I do have a life outside of managing Bloxy News, including a job, meaning that I'm not always readily available to post news as soon as it happens. I don't necessarily have a problem with not being the first to post about something, but I do strive to be the best.
I'm very fortunate enough to have some of my greatest friends, Pays and Treliker, who are both very talented individuals, practically masters in their craft, and they've both offered to assist us in elevating the RTC to a higher plane, which they most certainly had. It may sound hard to believe, but almost every tweet you see from us isn't actually a screenshot from Roblox. We quite literally reconstruct every single thing in the image to ensure the highest of quality.
The account eventually apologized for some of their wrongdoings, and I only hope for theirs and the community's sake that they at least attempt to do a little better. Now, as I said, this account isn't the only example of a news account or community page that completely misses the point of what it should strive to be. Stealing other people's work is unfortunately pretty prevalent throughout this space, and there are even situations of teams or groups working behind these accounts that implode, with members going rogue or disputes leading to entire operations falling apart. It wasn't without facing challenges of their own that these accounts came to be as successful as they are today, and over the years they have learned a lot about the wild world of news. So I asked them, what are the rights and wrongs of running a news account?
I wouldn't necessarily say there's a right or wrong way to run a Roblox news account, but I do try to be unbiased and post about everything, whether it, again, relate to the everyday player or the most advanced developers on the platform.
Now, at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think there is a wrong or right way to run an account such as RTC account, but there are definitely better and worse approaches or ways one can run an account like this. Like, do you want to be TMC, Drama Alert, or like us?
With that being said, I do believe there are right and wrong ways to run a news account, but it's more so broad and things that you would personally do or wouldn't do. It really comes down to the generals, right? Respect is absolute. Even if no one else cares, believes it, or even sees it, it's about the integrity you are meant to hold yourself to. I remember a news account reporting on the verification marks being retracted from people, and they credited my friend Johan, but he replied saying that no, this isn't what happened at all. And instead of deleting it, asking for clarification or anything, they argued. And his replies, that's not what you do. Don't hide replies. Unless it's like an SFW and things along those lines. Even if you're not a community account, you should let the community, the people who are looking at your tweets, decide their reaction. And if people are dogpiling you, justified or not, hiding them only fans the flames. Be responsible. If you make a mess up, it happens. Every news account has made at least one mess up within the past year. Doesn't matter who it is, they at least have made one mess up, ourselves included. But the important part is taking responsibility. If you can't take responsibility, I can only consider that putting your ego first and your followers second. It isn't about you. If you're a news account, you're meant to be by your followers because you are nothing without your followers.
Well, hopefully now you see a Roblox news account is more important than meets the eye. It may seem silly at first thinking so much of a simple social media account, but come on, I spent 3 months of my life making this video saying otherwise. These people have a true passion for the platform and community, and it's more unified than ever thanks to them.
I'd say my favorite part about running this account is just keeping track of all the changes Roblox makes and following all the events that Roblox does. I've always had a love for this platform, and even though I don't play too many games anymore on it, I still enjoy keeping up to date with everything Roblox is up to behind the scenes. I'm also extremely thankful and grateful that the community trusts me and relies on me to keep them informed.
You know, running this account for 6 years, my favorite thing with the account is as many DMs as we get that assuming that we are Roblox, and just please read our bio, it says it right there. Probably does have to be the DMs though. I answer almost every single message that I at least know of, and I love interacting with the community. Sometimes good things do come out of people assuming that we are Roblox. We always, or rather I always, redirect people who are otherwise unaware to roblox.com/support, and by redirecting them there they go there, they submit their appeal. A lot of times they actually manage to figure it out on their own and get unbanned and their situation's resolved. My assistance help people get unterminated. It always brings a smile to my face from ear to ear.
Now, why do I run an account like RTC? I enjoy it. It's simply that it's something I do next to working on my university stuff and my development work and other stuff I do. And it's another means of putting my skills to the test and also forcing me to use different skills and also learn new things as I go. It's a very interesting environment that has its own unique experiences, and I enjoy it. That's why I help run the RTC account.
Well, that's all for today's news bulletin. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you back in the next one. Goodbye, reporters. Is that good?
A huge thank you to Pixel Pug for allowing me to do this interview and share some things I've never disclosed publicly before about how this account is ran. If this is your first time hearing about Bloxy News, hi! You can follow me on some major social media platforms by just searching Bloxy News, or head to my website at bloxy.news/website to to view all of my socials along with the latest Roblox news.
I'm not good with endings, but follow the RTC account, follow me on Twitter, and obviously subscribe to my YouTube.
Now that our time is up, I can only say, follow Roblox RTC on Twitter, Roblox, TikTok, check out the group, and here's me. Yeah, okay, I was going strong, I ended on a lame note. Sub to Pixel Pie, goodbye.
Hey, now you know why everyone needs their news. Jeez. God, no. The video's over. Get off the TV and go outside for once in your life.